just wanted to say hi and kind of be here. It's a lot of fun. I hope you guys are having fun. Bye, guys.
Can we have one more chair up here? If that is possible. Say thank you to the people who help us run the room, all the AV people. They work so hard all the time. Oh, we have 2 more guests coming, so can we have 3 chairs? Oh, he's gonna stand?
So they did put us as furthest away as everyone else as possible, but you all found us. Thank you very much.
Stay right here, I guess.
All right, oh, okay. Well, this guy's much more important than I am because I've already introduced who you are, and there's actually several people here in the audience that have actually been to your conventions. So they're here and they recognize your name.
I would hope so if they're here for this show.
So, as we're waiting for the other 2, we're just going to have to go ahead because I know all of you guys are very familiar with the genre, but also some came with friends and family. So if we can, your name and... Oh, it's like, let's do this. Oh yeah, your name. All we need is your name.
Alan Palmer. I play Corcus, the Black Alien Power Ranger.
Leo Corbett. Oh, I played Danny Slavin.
Raja Barudi, Delphine, leader of the Alien Rangers.
Christopher Khayman Lee, I was Andros.
Scott Page-Mactor, I was a producer of the show and did a lot of voices of poor killing stuff and told all these guys what to say.
Blake Foster, I played Justin Stewart, the Blue Turbo Ranger.
So I guess my first questions for you guys would be did it ever hit you guys knowing that you guys are going to be part of a legacy that's been going on for over 20 years and will continue to go on? It's like when you have a bit part in Star Wars, but then people will always remember you because it's such a big franchise and epic. So it doesn't matter how big your role was, you will always be remembered among the fans. So is there a moment where that hit you?
First Morphicon. I was like, really? My God! I don't know about anybody else. I'm sure you guys' experiences were so different. Alan and I, on our season, we were just finishing off a season, so we had no idea the impact that this would have like years later, right, Alan? Absolutely. I mean, we were stunned, and we would hear about it. I'm like, oh my God, the Power Rangers thing is huge! But when we were on there, I had absolutely no idea, and I think Alan didn't either, did you? No. We feel incredibly lucky. We love you guys. My God, year after year, it's fantastic.
I can tell you from the very beginning, we didn't think it was going to make it on the air. The pilot and from the very beginning, the editor swore he's had if it ever made it on the air. And so sure enough, he took actually a bit wide out of his hat. When it went on, when it went big, we'd never ever imagined that it could be like this. So the answer is no.
So it never hit you, not even like right now?
Oh, now it does.
So, never imagined it, but now it's mind-boggling. I can't believe you guys.
Yeah. So what is it about the show that you feel it has lasted for so long? Because I've talked to friends, I started from the very beginning, right, in the 90s, but then I have friends who are like, their kids are into it, but into a different generation team, but then the parent is, and it seems like it goes down from generation. And I have friends who are still watching it to this day along with their children. So it seems like it's from ages 3 to 103. But what is it about it that you feel that it just speaks to generations and generations? Is it story? Is it character? Is it?
I think if anyone ever knew what that formula was, they would bottle it and put it into everything. You'd have to ask these people why it resonates with them, not us, because I think we were just in awe and happy to be part of it in any way. So these are the people you want to ask that to.
We have a late addition. You want to introduce yourself?
Oh, who am I? This was the. I'm Jason Ibarra. I was a Babu, one of the characters I played back in Mighty Morphin. I actually started with Karen Ashley and Steve Cardenas and Johnny Bosch. Right at that exact moment that they started, that's when I came. Okay, bye.
Yay.
And what do you think is the legacy of why the show lasted so long? And give us a thesis and exactly.
I don't want to yak endlessly, but don't you think that the casting was amazing? I mean, you have incredible, I don't want to say physical specimens, but they're talking about. We have martial artists, we have dancers, we have people of all ethnicities, way before people were talking about diversity. We had, we had Latinos, we had Asian people, we had Caucasian people, we had African Americans, and I think that gave also everybody a sense of empowerment, somebody to look up to, like, I could be that. I don't know, what do you guys think? Is that possible?
Well, that's actually exactly what's happened now with our surprise guest, Yoshi. He looked up to Power Rangers, and he was like, I can be a Power Ranger someday, and he did. He's a Power Ranger.
Amazing. He's such a cool guy.
So Scott, when you first started the convention, was it something that you just decided you've always wanted to do, or was something that took into planning, and did you see yourself still having so many conventions in the future? Because it's ongoing.
I didn't start the convention. That was started as a Make-A-Wish Foundation wish by Maureen Dawson. And she did the first convention out of her pocket for the Make-A-Wish Foundation, and I was there as a vendor. My relation to Power Rangers is I'm good friends with the prop master. So I was at the first convention selling props. And we did very well. People were like, I can't believe you still have this. And like, yeah, Mark can't believe he still has it either. He's over on the other hall if you guys want to come by and see him and ask him questions. How come you kept this stuff? He's like, I'm lazy, I don't throw stuff out. But so at the end of the show, I said, hey, we did really good. We would love to come back next year. And she's like, oh my God, I'm never doing this again. Nor did I realize I would say that same thing 3 years later once I took over the show. I said, well, I'll take it over. And she's like, okay, great. I'll let you know. A year later, she let me know. And then it took me 2 years to put on Power Morphicon 2 in 2010. And then I said the same thing at the end of the show. However, it's been you guys, it's been the fans that were like, we want to come out and see this again. We want to do this again. And we want to keep coming and seeing Power Rangers. And there's never been that many Power Rangers in one spot. And at that point, Power Rangers weren't even doing conventions. It wasn't a thing like it is now. It is now, generally you want to have a Doctor Who actor, you want somebody from Supernatural, and a Power Ranger. You got a show. That's only happened because of the popularity of Power Morphicon and the popularity of the brand and how much it's grown. I think it's grown because of its increased Rangers going to different shows and your interaction with those Rangers, and it grows the brand more and more so. So I continue to do the show, much to the chagrin of my family. And we're doing it again next year, August 2016, 12th through 14th. And I'm sure we'll have everybody here and many more and lots of surprises. We make the show for the fans. The fans support the show. And it's because of your dedication to the brand that we continue to bring these people out to conventions. So thank you.
And for each one of you guys, what was the process like for you guys getting into the show and being a part of the show? Or, from a producer's standpoint, like, was it something someone approached you, you approach others? Like, was it something your agent? I had a friend who was like, I had to audition for it, and others were like, somebody asked me, like someone had asked. So everyone's involvement in the entertainment industry is different. So what was your background into the Power Rangers legacy?
I was actually a 12-year-old kid that grew up on Mighty Morphin, so I knew exactly how you guys feel. I actually didn't audition for the film. They created the role around me. I was doing an independent film at the time called Rusty, a Dog's Tale. It was like talking animals. It was real corny. And then the director was Shuki Levy, and he found out I did martial arts. He wanted to see some karate. I showed him some stuff. He had a surprise for me the next day. Austin St. John and Amy Jo actually came to the set of the independent film I was on. And I was like, whoa. There's Mighty Morphin Power Rangers over there, Mom. Like, what's going on here? And then literally the next thing I knew, I was at a table reading, and I was with all the Power Rangers, and I was a Power Ranger. It was great. I was the lucky one, right?
As far as I know, you're the only one who was asked to be on. Everybody else had to audition.
It's because I was 12.
Yeah, well, my process, I worked at Slavin, and I was doing cartoons and directing and doing all sorts of weird stuff, and then they brought this audition in. Well, we've done 2 or 3 versions before the one that went on. But when they brought the last audition in, they were shooting by my house. I said, I'll take that job. So they just moved me up there. So mine was locked.
Yeah, for me, I auditioned for it. I was living in Miami. I auditioned for it, went in. They told me right away that it was like a huge casting call. They said they were going all over the country. I actually met Shuki Levy there. And that was it. I didn't hear anything back from them for like 6 or 7 months. Then just one day, I had totally forgotten about it. I'd moved on. I was doing other things and all that. And they just called me up and it was like, "Hey, do you remember us? We're Power Rangers." Yeah, I know who you are. Yeah, what's up? And they're like, "We want to fly you out to California next week for just to try the screening and all this stuff." And I was like, "Really? You guys remember me?" And yeah, that was it. And they told me right then and there, they said, "Yeah, and your character's an alien and you're gonna wear a wig." And when I landed, they said, "No, now you're not. Now it's bleach." So, they waited until I landed to tell me that. But that's how I got it.
I kind of had the unconventional way. I wasn't an actor, and I started the show, like I said, at the same time as Steve and Johnny and all them. I was an extra. And actually, my first day on the show, they were looking for somebody to be in the Power Ranger suit. It was non-union. It was the command center. They were holding something because one of the stunt guys had gotten hurt. And so they came in the room, and everybody was big and buff. I was a scrawny little kid, and so they basically couldn't fit in the suit without looking like the Hulk. So I fit in the suit, and then from there, John Countess was the monster wrangler back then, and he's like, "Hey, we just lost Babu. You want to be a Babu? You fit in the thing." And you're like, and then from being a Babu, those couple of times, I just started working with the stunt guys a little bit, and I was never actually on the stunt team at that point, but they would rotate me. I was there every day, and that's how I got to do a lot of my stuff, and so I was really lucky to be part of it, I think I was lucky.
So basically, you want to get into Power Rangers, be small and scrawny.
Man, a couple of really lucky guys, right? I actually feel incredibly fortunate. It was such an easy process. I don't really know how it happened. It was just so easy. It was really great. For other actors, it was really tough, and it took months, and it was really hard. No, honestly, I went in one time, and I had studied really hard for it in terms of coming up with character and little ticks and little signs and things like that the day before. And because I was a classically trained actor, and so I went in thinking, "Oh, this is going to be really good. I'm going to look great on the show. I'm going to this kind of thing." I had this image of me on the thing. I actually felt that, but it was an easy audition. It was really nice people. I lucked out. I really did. I think I just lucked out. One audition, and that was it. I feel very, very blessed.
Yeah, for me, I was out in LA auditioning for roles, and I met Iris Hampton probably maybe 3 months before I actually got called back. And that day I just happened to be working out at the gym, and I had this I had this ridiculous sleeveless outfit on. I looked like the Karate Kid, and I got a page on my pager. So I had to find a payphone. And they're like, yeah, come out to the studio. So I was like, really? I'm not dressed, normally you dress up for these auditions. And so I went out there, and it was Jonathan, the executive producer, it was Iris, it was Chip, the writer, and I read, someone else went in and read, and then I realized I have competition here, someone's with me, because I kind of thought, this might be it. So when I went back in, I said, do you want to see some kicks and some punches? So they're like, yeah. So I did a couple of jump kicks, and I saw Jonathan, the producer, smile. And I got a call the next day.
There's one other thing about that. Isn't there something special about the convention center we're at today?
Yeah, this is the first episode was shot here.
Wow.
So
anybody in this place.
Introduce yourself to take over the world.
Just make one wants to grow and shut up!
Comikaze. Lord said you have arrived.
Who needs a mic? What's a mic? I want a mic.
That's that thing you broke in the studio all the time.
What's up, guys?
So we have a couple more guests. I said we had surprises involved. Why don't the new people that are here, go ahead and introduce yourselves. I'm sure everyone knows who you are.
Hi everybody, how are you? I like to beatbox. No, I'm kidding. I'm Nakia Burrise, and I played Tanya in Power Rangers Zeo and Turbo.
I'm Robert Axelrod, Lord said in Pinster.
Oh, sorry. My name is Austin St. John. Steve Cardenas, Rocky.
My name is Joe Johnson. How you doing?
Orbis and Sprocket. Since we have so many amazing and wonderful people up on the stage, let's open up for a couple minutes for questions.
And there's a couple rules of the questions. No asking them to morph. No asking them their favorite episode. No asking them what the combination was on that lock on the none of that. That's right out. Or who would win fights. Yeah, that's definitely another one out. We'll go ahead with you. The first hand up.
My question is, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers was originally a Japanese television show for kids called Kyoyu Sentai's Zyuranger, and specifically for him, how did you discover? You said you were the producer, so how did you discover the show and think, wow, maybe we can find a way to bring normally.
2 words. I'm Saban.
Yeah, to better answer your question, Saban have actually been trying to do that for a couple years now. And most notably in 1986, he tried to change over Changeman, which was the Sentai on television at that time. And the character names are actually the same characters he ended up using for Mighty Morphin Rangers. He used Zyuranger because that was the one that was currently being broadcast and therefore had the best video to use in the switchover. I'll go with the
Well
green.
done, Scott.
Green, and then the gentleman with the Lakers.
Okay, so you guys all know there's going to be a new Power Rangers movie. Are you guys planning to see it? If so, are you planning to see the day it comes out, the weekend, and who are you planning to see it with? Fellow coworkers or just family?
Interesting.
I haven't been invited yet, so I don't know.
I wonder if we all went together, maybe they'd let us in for free, right?
That would be cool to go with all. Yeah.
That would be a blast.
With the Power Ranger family, I think that was definitely cool.
Blast.
I don't know if I'd go see it the first week, to be honest. I still. Yeah, I don't know.
Go to the premiere.
I'll call Jaime.
Liddy, you had the next question
I'm
up?
gonna ask Scott Page this question, okay?
What?
Scott Page here.
Okay, we got a question for Scott Page.
You worked on from Mighty Morphin to Wild Force, okay? And you told me your favorite season was Lightspeed Rescue. What made that season?
Don't tell these people that. Oh, now, great. Now,
I heard that it was in space.
Lightspeed, what?
Yeah, I heard it was in space.
75 episodes, Lightspeed. I'm kidding.
What made Lightspeed Rescue more special compared to all the others?
Nothing made Lightspeed Rescue than the others.
I mean, what made you like that? Why is that your favorite?
They were all better scuba divers. I taught about every class. I mean, every season somebody had to dive.
Okay.
I dive with them still. These guys don't. Well, Walter was trying to dive, but that's about it.
Oh, I mean, all right. But that was his favorite season. He told me.
He's talking about his
Lady, hush.
We have the lady in the front row, and then you gentlemen with the fedora.
Now that most of the Power Rangers, if not all the Power Rangers, now on Netflix, do you find yourself, when you do it from your conventions, do you find a lot of new fans, a lot of younger fans who watch your show?
So quiet! What's wrong with everybody?
That was a track. We got a lot of people out there, man.
Okay, we have another surprise guest.
Well, you're gonna see this. The Red Ranger and Boulder hugging
Kerrigan is here, known as the voice of Goldar, and of course, Magma Defender?
Yeah.
No, he played both a hero and a villain. Out of those heroes and villains, what one was your favorite?
Magna was my favorite of all parts I've ever played. It had a great arc, anti-hero, multiple layers of character, lots of fun. And Goldar, of course, was a gas, but Magna was my favorite character I ever played.
There you go. I just answered his question.
And so I didn't know if were we able to answer your question, which was okay. And
Can you repeat your
question again?
repeat your question.
So now that it's most of Power Rangers all streaming on Netflix mostly, as you attend more conventions, do you find brand new like young fans or kids coming up and things like that? So how do you feel? Do you kind of really feel that legacy behind you? Then? Can you share like maybe your favorite experience with a younger fan?
We have, I have like babies coming up to me. Young kids, like 3 or 4 years old. And the parents say, yeah, we're raising them on the old Power Rangers stuff. So it's real neat to get a whole new wave of fans.
Are they scared of you?
When I went to one of Scott's cons, Robotoy Fest. While I was there, I had a fan come up, and he was maybe 4 years old, and he was there with his dad, and his dad said, so, to his son, he said, so, show him what you know. And then he sang my theme song for me. And I had him do it again because I had to videotape it. It was so adorable. Yeah, it was the cutest thing I ever saw. So,
We have fans all ages. I catch myself, I have a 2-year-old now, so I catch myself watching Netflix and I see how much of a legacy it is. But the best thing was, the other day my sister took my son to Chuck E. Cheese. And he comes back and he goes, Dad, don't ever have her take me there again. He put it in his own words because he said it was a big mouse. And I said, well, your daddy's a Power Ranger. He said, you put your helmet on, shift into turbo? I kid you not, this is the exact words that he said.
The weirdest thing is seeing a baby Rita.
No baby Zed?
No baby Zed.
I haven't seen that yet.
Wait.
Do we have a question? Did you already answer this?
Do you have another question, sir?
Yes.
For Scott. According to my research, another Sentai show called Jetman was considered for the first season of Mighty Morphin. Is that true?
Jetman? That wasn't the one. I thought it was a.
We had Changeman in '86, and then Jetman led into.
The one that became VR Troopers was originally. That's the original footage we used for the VR Troopers footage. I don't remember which the Japanese names of them, but
VR Troopers were the Metal Heroes.
yeah, Metal Heroes, yeah. And that was the original footage we used, and then we had Jason Frank do the original VR Troopers. He was going to lead Power Rangers, and I was lucky for Power Rangers in the way that worked out for him. He didn't. But yeah, that's the original footage I remember. I remember it was really strange. The first pilots I remember seeing, there was only 3 Rangers in it, and they were like a shoot, what's it called? Like the tall shoot. My brain's fried. There's an old cop, looked like an old cop show. There's a tall black guy with a big afro, and then a short looking. Mod Squad. Yeah, it was really strange, and that was luckily it didn't work out that way. But there's some strange pilots, to say the least.
All right, thank you.
I hope that answered it.
Do we currently have, yes?
I was just wondering, since it's Halloween, if we might be able to get like a happy Halloween from the villains.
Say something.
Happy Halloween!
That would be an amazing ringtone. Just any time of the year. that it
And don't
happens.
forget to set your clocks back, you moron.
Okay, I'm gonna need a check from everybody because they're union. So.
How much?
Now.
Yes, gentlemen there.
Hi, my question is for Delphine.
Hi.
Hi. By the way, I would say like your Maleficent cosplay is magnificent.
Oh, I thought I'd frighten the kids.
My question is, how did it feel like to be like essentially the first female leader of a Power Ranger team?
Good question.
I love that question, Alan. I have to say, it was, again, Saban was brilliant sort of putting me in charge of those boys. I mean, honestly, I think that it was a great role modeling. I mean, really fantastic. To this day, I have little girls saying, I wanted to be you, and it was just, it's really wonderful. It was great. I also had a great team. I have a best friend now as a result of that show.
And she
so,
still tells me what to do.
Yeah. So he didn't mind the bossing. I love that about him. So I don't know what to say. I just say, really, it was. I feel very lucky that I was a great role model for little girls and for people who don't feel like sort of they're gender fluid.
Thank you so much.
Sure.
So, oh, yes, we have a question in front.
My question's for Nakia. Your character came in at the end of Mighty Morphin and transitioned into Power Rangers Zeo.
Yes.
What was your audition process like, and how did you land the role of Tanya?
Oh. Well, that is a very good question there, Miss Shayla. So I didn't know that I was replacing Karen. Okay, I didn't even know the situation whatsoever. So I get asked that all the time, and Karen and I are really good friends. So just so you know that. So, I always try to put us at odds and everything. No, we're really good friends.
Good friends.
Yes, good friends, like we talk. Not just at cons. So I'd gotten the audition, and it probably started out with about 200 girls or so. I didn't know what Power Rangers was because I was in college at the time. I didn't watch a lot of television, I'm just gonna be honest. So I went to the first call, then I got a call back and it was down to about 40 of us or so. And then I was like, hey, I should probably find out what I'm auditioning for. So I looked into what Power Rangers was and so forth, and then I had my third call, and it was down to 7 of us. Then we had a screen test. In my screen test, there were 3 of us, and I screen tested with Catherine Sutherland, who had just been on the show maybe 6 months before me. And so she got a chance to sit with the other 2 girls that were auditioning, and one of the girls had already been on the show, like as a guest star, and she tried to intimidate me by, just trying to test the water. Yeah, I've been on the show. It's like, good for you. You want a candy? So when it came down to so I had 5 auditions. At my last audition, it was down to 2 of us. And it happened to be the girl that had been on the show before, so again, she was trying to push the knobs, and I was like, well, that's good for you. Yeah. And it was just an interview with Shuki, who was the executive producer, and it was very interesting, very interesting. He asked me when my birthday was, and I was like, it's October 21st, and he was like, I have have a few October birthdays. And he was like, Amy Jo and Catherine. I says, then you just need to hire another one. How about that? And there you have it.
Can you imagine anybody intimidating this babe? Come on.
Before we get to your question, you'll be next. I actually do have a question for each one of you guys. We'll probably have to start from the back row, and then we'll start with you, and then down. Since you guys are a part of something that has such a strong fandom, do you guys go online to want to read fan fiction or any comments? Or do you guys prefer to stay off the internet and just not search up anything that you are involved in with the Power Rangers?
As a general rule of thumb, stay away from fan fiction. Don't even look for it online. I'm going to say that right now as a public service announcement. Now, Robert, what do you...
I don't even know what that is.
Any comments, any Reddit forums? You know,
I don't mind that there's
What do you
fan fiction, I
Google?
think it's
Fan
cool, but
fiction?
I'm not going to be one that's going to leave comments because no matter what, you can't please everybody. So you say one thing and it just starts a whole thread where like everybody like gets mad at you and whatever. It's like why would I do that to myself? I don't know.
Well, all I can say is I found out I was dead. And then I did respond.
I just love when I'm like in the middle of working, doing whatever I'm doing, writing, and the tweets just come flying in. You see them come, and I'm like, "What's happening? Why?" So I'll take a peek on occasion and leave a comment here and there. But I'm a combo player. I think it's wild. I say to you guys, this is more surreal, I think, for us than it is actually for you to meet us. I think it's just bizarre that we're relevant. I feel. Thank you. Thank you. Anyway.
Eric, can you do that again?
Yeah. From the top?
We'll punch. Well, I used to be, after you guys followed it way back, I used to be online when we were doing the show, and I forgot what my name was, but I would talk to people all the time. And then when Disney bought the show, they pulled me into their big warehouse meetings and one of the big towers and sat me in a room for a while, and then like an hour later, an executive walked in with a big stack of papers and started asking me questions. Did you say this? Yeah, I probably did. Why'd you say that? Well, I was given the right information, you had the wrong information. Did you say that Jason Frank is MMPR? I go, yeah. They go, what's MMPR? I said, are you serious? They go, yeah. I go, well, that's the show you idiots just bought. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. They go, oh. Okay. Well, I hope we learned something. Yeah, you wasted 4 hours of my time when I could have been working on the show. So thanks for that. Needless to say, I was not asked to come back.
You got fired?
You know what? I did look at. I try not to read things, but outside of Power Rangers, I had done a couple of Dunkin' Donuts commercials. Yeah. And one of the Dunkin' Donuts commercials, the last one, the spicy sausage. I don't know if you guys saw that or not. The spicy. There were some people on there ripping me a new one. Like seriously, and I was so hurt. I was like, I was just acting. It was just my boyfriend. And I'm not going to ever do that again. Because I was like wanting to just write back, and they were not too happy with the fact that, I even had a fan write me and say, Nakia, I follow you all the time, but your decision to do that commercial, I was like, what? It's a commercial. I think any woman would be upset if you thought that your boy, well, in the commercial, he's my husband looking at this beautiful girl on the other side, and he goes, spicy. And I say, you mean her? And he's like, no, I'm talking about the sandwich. I said, better be. And I walk off. That's all I do. And you should have saw the comments. Ooh, I would just leave her and go with the girl across the counter. It was deep, y'all. It was deep. It was deep. I was like, I ain't gonna be doing this no more.
So they weren't upset about the talking baby, it's the sausage.
It was the sausage. No talking baby, they were upset with the sausage, yes.
Again, there's a big lesson here, is stay away from fan fiction. Stay away from the internet.
Unless you like fan fiction.
I got right there.
My question's for the villains. How did you guys develop your voices?
I was born this way. I was fired doing The Wicked Witch. I was directed to do The Wicked Witch of the West. And they fired me because there was it said that kids thought it wasn't scary enough. So I said, well, why didn't you direct me to do it differently then? No, we're going to have auditions. And I said, well, can I audition? And they said, yes, you can audition. I was so pissed off, I came up with Rita! It's the truth. And I didn't know she'd be there for 5 years. 200 years, 10,000 years.
We got a question from the yellow Lost Galaxy Ranger right here.
With YouTube and all these other sites where you can see videos of the original Japanese productions, have any of you ever seen the original Japanese productions of the programs that you participated in?
Never a frame.
I was sent a couple of them and actually looked through them. They were great. Fun.
I've
I've
seen
watched
snippets. I haven't seen a lot of episodes though, so yes.
Yeah, I watched a lot of Mega Ranger. That was a really great series. So, yeah, very violent.
Do we have any other questions out there? Oh my goodness, we have some in the back.
I'm not sure if any of you would know the answer to this, but like, why was the decision made to make every season a different team of Rangers rather than a continuous thing?
Does Scott know?
There's two Scotts. It really comes down to merchandising, where you can get a new cast and you get new fresh faces, you get more attention back to it. They withheld that as long as they could on Mighty Morphin, and then they realized, hey, we can make more money. It all comes down to money.
They get
Sven has an opinion, or he actually knows facts.
Yeah, I don't think it's an opinion.
New people,
but I'm always that way. It's he's bright partially, but they wanted to keep the original cast together, and then three of the guys decided, for reasons I won't go into, to move on. And they put 3 new people in there, and they realized, hey, we can just change these around real easily, and nobody really cares, and it keeps going. And we can put new Rangers in every year and not have to pay as much.
It started with
they were paying the original guys pretty good by the end of it.
Oh, I'm dying to go into details, but
Go ahead, Gary, because I'll get in more trouble, so you can tell them. We're planning on doing a book someday we've been swearing to for 20 years, and taking all the dead bodies in them. We'll see if that happens.
It started with Turbo when you got the cast.
Yeah,
I just have a follow-up. Do you guys think it'd be possible to go back to, would you consider doing that? Because, I don't know, I feel like it would create more iconic characters like Tommy and Rocky and Dad and Jason.
Go back and do what?
Like the whole continuing series of characters that we shoot in every year.
I'll go back.
If there's a check involved, you can probably count on somebody. We're almost out of
no
time
bleach.
here.
Yeah, they've asked me to come back a couple times, but
Yeah, no bleach, and I'll go back.
Yes.
Yeah.
This question's for everybody. How was everybody's last day on set?
Tearful.
Sad.
Scott Page.
Well, we never had a real last day, did we?
No, I said, what if I refuse to turn into a good guy? And they said, what did you say? You won't get paid.
Scott.
I was there for a lot of people's last days. It was never really fun, but they had last day on the set, but then they'd usually come, a month later, come back and see me again. So it was even weirder for a lot of them to come back and see people working on their job. So that's why many times I brought the old Rangers back to come do voices to at least try and.
Which one was
We
the most?
came in too, did for monsters. I did probably a half a dozen, right?
Yeah.
I don't even
Hey
know.
Scott, which one was the most emotional one?
What?
When the cast left, which one was the most emotional?
You would say Lightspeed.
Lightspeed. No, probably the last one I did.
Okay. Most.
So, this one's for Barbara, David, and Goldar. I I noticed that you guys the characters that you played in the original Rangers have really raspy voices. Have you ever actually injured your larynxes?
Only once when we did the Universal show and we were doing it for 8 hours.
Oh,
No, you mean live show?
Yeah, when we did the voices, we recorded the live show, and that was an 8-hour session.
Yeah, that was
I can do the 2 hours, but not the 8.
My part was supposed to be really small. We were assigned our parts, actually. We didn't audition for those. Barbara did. But,
No, I didn't. I got it, and then I
yeah, you got it, and then they redid that. Anyway, I just threw a dumb voice on it because Tony said he doesn't have much of a part. And then, yeah, and then episode 17.
Oh, no, I was going to say, is
Here,
come
on
up.
Get up here.
Get
up.
Surprises till the very end.
What an entrance.
We're gonna do a lightning round question, double question, lightning round, and then we have a special announcement from Scott. So,
Well, we have 3 more people last minute for the panel. We got Deborah,
No, I never hurt my throat.
Allison, and Jack.
No,
Wild
I'm out of
Force,
breath.
and
I
Rescue
ran
Rescue.
here.
We only have a couple minutes left. I know everyone's got lots of extra questions, but just do a quick introduction down there at the end.
How are you guys? I'm Jack Guzman, played Danny Delgado on Wild Force.
I'm Deborah Estelle Phillips. I played Katie Walker on Power Rangers Type Force.
Hey guys, Allison Kipperman, Wild Force, Taylor Earhart.
Now we are at the limits of our time, unfortunately, for the panel. They want everybody out here pretty quickly. I want everyone to give a good round of applause for all the guests here. We are all located on the other side of the map. If you've made the trek over there, everybody's over there. They've got their tables ready. They want to meet you. You have questions you to get answered. Go over and see us on the other side of the hall. We're going to give away 2 VIP passes to Power Morphicon. And the way we're going to do this, I'm going to shuffle them into the postcards, and then once the panel's over, grab the postcard from me, and if you get one of these 2 that I wrote on, you got a free VIP pass to the show. So that's after the panel.
Hey guys, also at 2 o'clock at my booth, I'm gonna have a cosplay contest. So if people want to be part of it, winner's gonna get an autographed movie action figure. Okay, so it doesn't have to be Power Rangers too. It could be anything. You know, any cosplay.
Everybody's got to morph before we get out of here. Hey, everybody's got to morph before we get out of here, season by season.
because we need to leave, if everybody wants a picture now, take your phone out and take it all at the same time, because we do have another panel coming in afterwards.
More!
At least $25 into this.
Yeah, we just
Why don't you go up there, Aaron?
Scott, get back in there.
Now?
Guys!